Hi there, USBGF fans. Phil Simborg, the USBGF resident teaching pro, with another short tip of the day for you. This is a very typical early game situation. Blue has rolled an opening 5-4. He has properly brought the 5 down from his 13 and split the back checkers with the 4. And red now has a 4-1 to play. What should you do? Well, a beginner is going to play 13-8. A good player knows that you need to attack blue on the 5 point here. You just can't let him get away with making your 5 point on the next roll or having a completely free roll to do whatever he wishes with the roll. So hitting is very right. And most of us know that once you hit one checker, it's really fun to hit 2 checkers. But it's really wrong here. The second play of the play of moving 5-1 and hitting a second checker here is quite a big error. Let me show you. The right play is simply to hit 1. I'll show you the extreme gammon rollout on this. 13-9-6-5. You bring the other checker down because you have a nice cover for this point if he doesn't hit you, or you have another good checker from here to hit him once again if he does hit you. So hitting twice in the early game is highly overused and very wrong. Again, in this situation, your odds of getting hit back are not in his favor. He's not favored to hit you back, and when he doesn't, you have a great chance to make the 5 point. You don't really want a checker on the ace point. You're sorry if he hits you there, and you're sorry if he doesn't, because there you are stuck with a checker on the ace point. So rather than show you all the situations where it's wrong to hit twice in the early game, let me just show you the 3 situations where it's right to hit twice. And of course, I'm not talking about doubles. If you roll double 5 after your opponent is split with a 2, of course it's right to hit twice. Double 3s will often give you that opportunity. Double 6s and all kinds of doubles might give you opportunities to hit twice. But I'm talking about if it's not a double roll. There really are only 3 times where it is right to hit twice. So if you know those 3 times, then you'll not only know what's right on those 3 plays, that you'll know all the rest of the time you don't hit twice. Sometimes you don't hit at all, but most of the time you just hit once. One time you do hit twice is, let's say your opponent splits with a 2-1 or a 4-1, and now you roll a 4-1. Here you may as well hit twice. You don't really have a good play with the 1 after you've hit with the 4, and being on the 2 point or the 1 point versus the 2 point isn't that big a difference. So here is one of the 3 places where it's a good idea to hit twice, and as you can see, the second best play of not hitting at all is a pretty big error for this early in the game. The second situation where you would hit twice is if your opponent splits out to your bar. In this case, he rolled a 6-4 and split. It could have been a 6-3, 6-2, or whatever, and you roll a 6-5. Here, you're better off hitting twice than hitting once. If you just run the checker, you're playing too passively, and by hitting once, there's such a large number of rolls that hit you back here. Hitting off the ace actually protects this checker and does put you in a pretty good attack mode, and especially with another blot in the outfield here, you could easily get into a good blitzing game. So this is the second position where you would hit twice, and the only other one that I know of, unless I'm missing something, is on the reverse 3-2 split, which is a very rare thing to see because it's the wrong play. But if blue opens with a 3-2, and instead of making the traditional play of the 3 up and the 2 down, if he makes the 2 up and the 3 down, and then you roll a 3-2, then again it's right to hit twice. You're better off hitting twice because being on the 3 point isn't that hot, and you can't bring a 2 down to be in position to cover, so you don't get an extra cover by bringing a checker down, and you don't have a compelling reason to split yet, so hitting twice keeps your opponent pretty busy here. So that's the third time. So any other time on the second roll of the game, and in most of the early game plays, don't go overboard with your hitting twice. And I know people that like to hit twice and leave lots of blots, and they figure, well, if I get hit back, I'll get into this nice back game. Well, as you know, back games are a lot of fun to play, but they're not a lot of fun when you get gammoned, and they do get gammoned a bunch. Your goal from the beginning of the game should not be to get into a back game. Your goal should be to try and go forward prime or race. Getting into a holding game or a back game are defensive games that you get into only after you get into trouble. So don't force the issue. Hope this helps you, and good luck. See you soon. Bye-bye.